comedians are supposed to be comedians, stand-up comedians.
Okay.
Okay, there's a difference in all of them. Stand-up comedian, like those days we used to watch Eddie Murphy, we used to watch Steve Harvey and all that. Those guys were stand-up comedians. They crack jokes on stage, like what Basket Matt is doing now. He's a stand-up comedian. He tells you he cannot even MC. He's not an MC. There was an interview I saw. He said he's not an MC. He does not MC weddings. If you call him for weddings, like you are, trying to push him out of, So comedy those days was stand-up comedy was something. You get stand-up comedy shows. They put out a lineup and everybody comes to perform. Those days, if you want to get an MC in a stand-up comedy show, they bring an outsider. A comedian does not necessarily have to MC the event.
Wow.
Social media has changed the game, in a positive light and also in a negative light, because somebody can sit down and say, okay, I have a talent, and somebody can sit down and say, okay, I see this guy doing this, I want to do this. You understand? So, like I said, those days you have to show yourself approved. Like when I started comedy, when I performed in church in front of that crowd, people came to me and said, you are good. What next? Come to Lagos. Come to Port Harcourt. You remember then? Come to Delta. Saple. Remember when we went to Saple and all that? So you have to show yourself approved. I believe social media came in and actors, in quotes, or people that could act became skit makers. Like I said to my younger brother yesterday, I said there are a lot of movies that would have. There are a lot of skits that would have become great movies that has become skits because they just want to, do it 1 minute, 2 minutes clip and put it online.
I'm going to pause you, and I want you to repeat that to someone. Now, you just said something very key, and I want you to say that again. There are lots of
skits that are supposed to become movies.
Yeah.
Great skits that are supposed to become movies. Because when you see them shoot this in 2-3 minutes, that storyline is gone.
Yeah.
You understand? So you now give the creatives, the writers, more work to start. Because if you look at this skit, yesterday I was going through a lot of skits. There was one I watched. If that skit was put into a movie and put in cinema, people will want to go see that. People will pay to go see that. But they put it into a 1 minute or 60 seconds clip and it's gone. You understand? Those the skits are done. I'm not saying I'm not going against the skit makers. They are doing great. It's an industry of its own now. They are doing great. They are making a lot of money. But sometimes some of their storylines are great stories that could become great movies. So that's for the skit makers. Like I said, what have changed? Social media. During my time, there was nothing like social media. Even if it was Facebook was then, but not as serious as this. Then you have to perform on stage. Yeah. Now a skit maker can anchor a wedding. Sometimes they paired me with one at an event recently. I was like, you do skit? Are you an MC? He said, no, they just like what I do. They want me to come for the wedding. But he could not hold the wedding down because that is not his job. So social media changed everything. Like those days, I used to watch Godfather on TV. I used to watch Alegbe Baba, all these great comedians on TV, Biggest Ben, a lot of them then in Benin. Then I had to contact Godfather and he told me, come to EBS then, to come perform on that stage. You must perform to show yourself approved. But now anybody is a comedian on social media. You open an Instagram account, comedian of the Federal Republic, blah, 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 even if you have not seen what they have done. So social media has given everybody an opportunity to become whoever they want to be. It's good. But sometimes the quality is not 100%. It now makes the industry porous. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So everybody is not a comedian. Everybody is not a script maker. Everybody is not an MC. Everybody, So social media did a lot in a positive light and a negative light.
Okay. I'm going to take you on that for the next conversation. Now, something primarily key is find your niche, stay there. find your niche, stay there, maintaining originality. So I'm going to ask you to, if you have something to advise the younger generation, what will you tell them, those coming up? Because now we're looking at how people are intertwining different skills, even when it's not what is comfortable for them, just because of the pay. So what will you say to a younger generation coming through in this space of entertainment, the stand-up comedians, the skit makers? Because whether we believe it or not, skit making has come to stay.
Yes.
And like you said, it's a big industry,
Yes.
and they are doing fantastic
Great.
work. So what will you say to a young person coming in? Because most times, I believe, again, most people don't even know the difference between a stand-up comedian and a skit making. So in your own works, okay, maybe we should look at that first. What is the difference between a skit maker and a stand-up comedian?
Okay. First of all, like I said earlier, I said skit makers are actors.
Okay.
Okay, you act in front of a camera. So maybe you are doing a comedy skit. Even now, they now do YouTube. So they do full movies now, you understand? So a comedy skit, you are acting, right? It's like a stage play. Those days in school,
Yeah.
you know, when the art students, they do their stage play,
Yeah.
they infuse comedy into
Drama.
into drama, into the script. So skit makers are actors and they do skit, but they do it it's like a short film or kind of, and they put it out on social media, because social media is like the platform for them to, so then comedians are supposed to be comedians, stand-up comedians.
Okay.
Okay, there's a difference in all of them. Stand-up comedian, like those days we used to watch Eddie Murphy, we used to watch Steve Harvey and all that. Those guys were stand-up comedians. They crack jokes on stage, like what Basket Matt is doing now. He's a stand-up comedian. He tells you he cannot even MC. He's not an MC. There was an interview I saw. He said he's not an MC. He does not MC weddings. If you call him for weddings, like you are, trying to push him out of, So comedy those days was stand-up comedy was something. You get stand-up comedy shows. They put out a lineup and everybody comes to perform. Those days, if you want to get an MC in a stand-up comedy show, they bring an outsider. A comedian does not necessarily have to MC the event. Maybe they bring a broadcaster or something. So stand-up comedy is stand-up comedy. Like our legend now from here, I go die. There was one time I had a wedding that I did. I anchored for a client, and they told me Agoda is coming, Ago Save is coming, So when they came, I went to him and I said, boss, you MC. He said, no. He said he's not going to MC. He's going to crack joke. He's going to perform. That is a comedian. You understand? So he's not an MC. He said, okay, you do the MC. Call me. I'll do my 10 minutes or my 15 minutes, and I'm good. So that is the difference. Then now like I said, the hungry part and the money part now made us started doing MC jobs. We now started anchoring events.
Yeah.
Some of us did radio, did TV back then, just to get the pay. After the hustle. So, but say stand-up comedian is a stand-up comedian. MC is just a side also to a stand-up comedian. A skit maker should be a skit maker. If they want you to come for an appearance as a skit maker, fine. But don't come and be cracking jokes. Because there was one that messed up in an event. I don't want to mention his name. If you are a skit maker and you are invited for a wedding to show up as an appearance, you can show up. But there was one, we were at a wedding together years ago, and he started acting skit on stage, on a wedding stage. Wedding. He started acting his skits. This one is real life. The client knows what I'm saying. Wedding are supposed to be wedding. Wedding has their own tradition, So if you are coming as a skit maker and they want to make an appearance, they pay you. You come make your appearance, not taking the microphone and start performing. Performing what? Are you a comedian? So that is it. So that's the difference. But if you want to do an MC, if you are good at being an MC, fine. But not cracking jokes when you are a skit maker, because they edit that videos that you do. They edit it. They put all kinds of sounds to make it funny. They put all kinds of effects.
Yeah.
But a stand-up comedian does not really necessarily need to dress funny. You just hold the microphone and you crack jokes and you make people laugh.
Yeah. What you said just reminded me. I just had an event last month, and One of the things that stood out for me was I had to take time to look for an MC for the event, because I know most time people mix it up. So you don't know who is a stand-up comedian, you don't know who is an MC or a skit maker. Even in the events when we tried to plan the panelists, so we had to look at for, okay, in the panel section, we should have a stand-up comedian and a skit maker. Because whether we like it or not, like I said earlier, the skit makers has
they have
come
contributed
to
to the industry. Yes.
Yeah, they have done a lot,
Yes.
especially when they have to douse the tension. They have
Yes.
to take away a lot of depression. In fact, I was talking to one of my friends. He will soon be on the set, but not today, not in this episode. He said something. He said he cracked a joke, and someone somewhere outside Nigeria saw this girl, and the person started laughing. And to cut the story short, is a lady that has been depressed for over a month. I have not laughed, and the lady was laughing. And they called him. They said, our sister see your comedy, they laugh. You don't know what you do for us. And they sent him something very, very huge.
Yeah,
huge. Very huge.
Yeah.
And just from appreciating him that he did a skit, so we can't take away the fact that these guys are doing amazing job.
Like I said, is an industry of its own.
So, but everybody needs to find their niche and stay there.
That's why I said the money comes in. See, it's an industry of its own, right? This is an industry that has thrived, that have grown, that have employed a lot of youths,
created employment,
and people don't japa that much anymore because they know how much they're making from YouTube or Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, even TikTok.
They now build their houses and buy cars through those monetization of those social media platforms. So it's a great platform and it's growing. It's not even, there is no going back on skit making because they are going to go even further. That's why I'm advising some of them. Your great stories, make them into movies. You make more money from it because your stories, some of the skits, even if it's a 2-second skit, you enjoy it. You want to see more. But now they now put them on YouTube and all that. But they should make it into movies. So skit making is a great industry. The part I'm after is because of money. Somebody calls you and say, "Oh, I love your skits. You made me laugh. You entertained me. I have a wedding coming up. I want you to be an MC." Why not tell the person I will just show up as an appearance stuff? But you tell the person because you want to collect money, I will come and MC. Then you mess up the wedding just because you know. So the truth is, they should know where to draw the line.
Yeah.
Skit making is a great industry and it's growing so fast, and it has empowered a lot of our youths, a lot of them. Even people that are not comedians, it has empowered them greatly and they cannot fend for themselves. Wow. But they should draw the line. Like you asked me earlier, you say, what advice do I have for the upcoming ones? Yeah. Before I used to say, work hard, don't be focused, don't lose hope. Brother, don't put money first.
Wow.
Because now everybody wants to get into the industry because of money. Because you see someone, like I said, your destiny and mine are not the same.
True.
Where we are going is not the same. You think it's the same, it's not. You can start something today and you grow as fast as possible. Does not mean I will do it.
And get the same result.
Do you understand? So, but everybody wants to get in because of the money, because of the flashy life, because of the Instagram, fake life that is on Instagram. Everybody wants to get into it. So that's why you see the industry is porous.